Members of the public who wish to watch our meeting online may do so using the ActonTV's YouTube channel found at the top of our agenda. This meeting is being recorded and will be posted on the ActonTV's website at actontv.org. New business this evening. We have an overview of the Acton-Boxborough Office Support Association, ABOSA, and the AFSCME contracts. Marie, I believe, has a quick presentation for us.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for having this extra meeting at the 11th hour of the school year, fiscal year. So Andrew Shen and I are here tonight to talk about the two contracts for our two smaller union groups that we have in the district. And so I'm going to do a brief overview and then talk about the contract. So we have three collective bargaining units: the Acton-Boxborough Education Association, which has about 510 employees, teachers, counselors, nurses, etc. The Acton-Boxborough Office Support Association, ABOSA, and the AFSCME Custodial Maintenance and Grounds. And all three unions have collective bargaining agreements that expire this June 30th. So they're 3-year contracts. We keep them on the same cycle so that we're working with all of our employees at the same time. School committee voted the ratification of the Acton-Boxborough Education Association contract, I think it was March, maybe February. And the negotiation subcommittee negotiated that contract at the table, and it was Liz and Tessa and Kira. Amy, sorry. Liz Folks, Amy Krishnamurthy, and Kira Wilson-Cook. And so that has been done for a while, and then over the last couple of months we've been working with our ABOSA and our AFSCME employees on their contracts. So we're here tonight to talk about those and recommend that you vote. And for those two contracts, Andrew and I were at the table with a small group of employees, and then we were keeping Liz and Chairman Adam Klein informed throughout the process and getting advice, and we've met with the committee a couple of times as well. So just to remind you, the teacher's contract settled with, the biggest thing financially is the cost of living adjustment, and it was 7.25% over 3 years, which looking out the 3 years, FY24, which is the upcoming fiscal year, it was 1.75%. FY25, it was 2.75. FY26, it was 2.75. So ABOSA, there are 35 positions. The total budget is about $1.7 million. And as we did comparables with other districts and with employees in our own district, we realized that there was a little bit of equity issue, and we wanted to have a little bit more of an adjustment for this particular group of employees than maybe for our overall employee base for equity purposes and comparability. A 1% increase for this group is $16,000. So it is a small group, it's 35 people. What we did with this, with agreement from ABOSA, and they have ratified this, so it's been voted and approved by the union, is we added an experience step. So our contracts have steps based on experience, and the teacher's contract also has something called lanes, which is based on degrees, master's plus credits, etc. So for ABOSA, their contract has years of experience A through G. We are adding one called H. We're phasing it in over 2 years so that the money is spread out a little bit. And so the step itself is a total of 3.5% increase, phased in at 1.75% next year, 1.75% the following year. And then the cost of living is exactly the same as the teachers, 1.75%, 2.75%, 2.75%.
Marie, I just want to clarify that the total adjustment over 3 years is 7.25%, not 7.5.
Oh, okay.
There's a typo both in our memo and on that slide.
Thank you. I will
Yep.
correct that before we post it. Thank you. And then there were some minor language adjustments. Any questions about this contract? Okay. The AFSCME contract is very similar. There are 40 positions. The total budget is $2.6 million. One of the reasons why it's that much higher is because the AFSCME staff are generally 40 hours a week, 12 months. And a lot of our office support is school year. And some of them work 19 hours, 15 hours. Some of them work 30, 35, or 40 hours. So some of the office support are 12-month. Many of them are school year. All right, so for this group, a 1% increase is $26,000, and the agreement is for an 8% increase over 3 years. So it's 2.5% in the first year, 2.75 in the second year, 2.75 in the third year. There also was a slight increase in the vehicle allowance for the maintenance staff, which includes the electrician, plumber, HVAC, and mechanic. $500 more per year. They drive their own trucks around quite a bit. They're in all the schools. And then there were some minor language updates. So I know the committee's been discussing this throughout the process, so you're well informed about it. In the memo, which we will post for the public, there's a recommended motion for each of them. So the legal process is you negotiate at the table, you come to a tentative agreement, the union themselves vote the agreement. Both of these have been ratified by the unions, and then the school committee votes in open session. And then that makes it official. The salaries will go into effect on July 1st. But we are happy to answer any questions you have.
Any questions? All right, so what we're going to do is vote each of these separately. And so there is the recommended motion in the memo that I would welcome someone putting forward.
I move to approve the collective bargaining agreement between the Acton-Boxborough Regional School Committee and the Acton-Boxborough Office Support Association as outlined in the attached memorandum of agreement and to be in effect from July 1st, 2023 through June 30th, 2026.
Second.
I might have to make you guys rock, paper, scissors. I'll go with Ben on that. Is there any further discussion on the ABOSA memorandum of agreement? Seeing none, all those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Abstentions? That is unanimous. Thank you. Andrew, would you like to read the motion for the AFSCME?
No, I just like seconding. I'm good. Yeah, thank you. I move to approve the collective bargaining agreement between the Acton-Boxborough Regional School Committee and the American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees, AFL-CIO, Massachusetts State Council 93 Local and number 1703, as outlined in the attached memorandum agreement, and to be effective from July 1st, 2023 through June 30th, 2026.
Second.
Yan Shin gets that one. Any further discussion on this memorandum of agreement? Seeing none, all those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? That is also unanimous. Marie, Andrew, thank you guys very much for your hard work
Can
on
I make
this.
one more comment?
Please. The floor is yours,
I know
Marie.
they're all worried, right? I just want to say, when I came into the district, this was the case. I'm leaving the district, this is still the case. We have extraordinarily positive relationships with our employees, and that goes a long way in helping our kids and our schools and our families and our staff. And so I want to thank ABOSA and their leadership and AFSCME and their leadership and ABEA as well. We've really benefited from collaboration and cooperation and solving problems as they arise at the lowest levels. We almost never have grievances. It's not like that everywhere. So this is a really good district, and it will continue that way because you're all in good hands. Thank you.
Thank you, Marie. All right, moving on to ongoing business. We have a quick consent agenda here. As you all remember, consent agenda are items that usually don't require any discussion. I'll read through them. If anybody has one that they would like to discuss, you'll just say hold, and then we'll vote on those that were not held and then go back to the ones that were held. So the two items on the consent agenda are the approval of the ABRSC meeting minutes of 6/8/2023 and the approval of a $1,000 donation to the Student Assistance Fund. Hearing no holds, is there a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Did you get that one, Beth? Was this side of the table here, Ben, followed by Leela? Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. And all those opposed? Abstentions? I was also in favor, just forgot to say it, so that's unanimous. Thank you. All right, we've got some statements of warrants and a recommendation to approve. If we've all reviewed the warrants, those of us who are on the warrant approval subcommittee, Becca has graciously offered to read those warrants for us.
I move that the school committee vote to approve the below-listed warrants totaling $11,011,838.63. AP vendor warrants as follows: 23-025A dated 6/8/2023 in the amount of $209,282.87. 23-025B dated 6/15/2023 in the amount of $550,934.24. Payroll vendor warrants as follows: 23-025PR dated 6/15/2023 in the amount of $2,133,330.53. Payroll warrant as follows: P2325 dated 6/15/2023 in the amount of $10,182,047.01. Student activities warrants as follows: 23-025JH dated 6/8/2023 in the amount of $17,134.42. 23-025BL dated 6/15/2023 in the amount of $2,017.61. 23-025SH dated 6/15/2023 in the amount of $32,243.53.
So moved.
Second.
Liz gets the second on that. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed, abstentions? That is also unanimous. As an FYI, our next meeting is July 19th, which will be a workshop here in this building, but up in room 3. And with that, are there any other any pieces of information you'd like to share with the committee, Peter?
Just pleased to be able to tell you that we have hired an Assistant Director of Special Education. Dan Mazer is coming from the Hopkinton Public Schools, and he'll be starting with us just a little bit after July 1st, and we're excited to welcome him. I would actually just like to thank, all of our staff who participated in that process, as well as CPAC, who was also a part of the hiring process for that. So thank you to all of them.
Thank you, indeed. All right. And with that, this is the momentous final meeting for Miss Marie Altieri. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I can't move it.
I know.
So moved.
Second.
And I'll double second with gratitude to Marie. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Abstentions? We're adjourned.
Thank you.
Good night.